Welcome to Reuben's Indian Kitchen. This week I'm going to be teaching you how to make naan. And since I don't have a clay oven, I employed the help of a really good friend, Rob Bristow from Bristow Live Fire. Guys, Rob, thank you so much for coming on and helping us out with this dish today. How's it going?
Great, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So I'm going to make this dough. So I'm going to be making the naan dough, and the naan dough is pretty easy to make. Naan is an Indian flatbread, which is usually done in a tandoori clay oven. Rob was so nice enough to bring his wood-fired oven that is outside, and it's beautiful, and it's going to take us out of here for a little bit. It's such a beautiful day outside, but he decided to cook outside for you guys. So naan dough. What I have in here is I have milk, and this right here, I have warm milk, yeast, and honey, which has been sitting here for about 10 minutes, and it's going to bloom and start to get bubbly. I'm going to mix it in with our flour, just a little bit of salt. I have some malted milk powder in there, a little bit of yogurt, and our milk powder. And so I'm just going to stir this all together. Now this is just like any pizza dough or anything. You kind of want to make it so it comes together as a nice ball. You don't want it to be loose or shaggy. Now, Rob, you do what, Neapolitan style pizza? Did I say that?
Pretty close, right? Pretty close. I would say Neapolitan-ish pizza.
All right. And so why did you get into that style?
I used to be a bread baker in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And a pizzeria opened up. Back then, there was only probably 10 in the whole country, Neapolitan places. And I wanted to learn it, so I got a part-time job there. This is probably 2007, and then here we are.
Nice. So this is going to feel kind of warm. It's going to feel kind of wet, but you just want to keep kneading it until it starts to come together as a ball. So I had Nick on from Cozy Corner last season. Have you been able to get his pizza yet?
Yeah, it's great.
It's fantastic. I haven't gotten a chance to get yours yet. I'm really excited. Hopefully, if we get lucky, Rob might show us a few of his pizzas today, if we're lucky. I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. And once it kind of comes together as like a shaggy mass, I'm going to move our cutting board out of the way. And I'm going to start kneading it right here. You just want this to come together as a nice ball, and it'll start to pull away. If it starts to get sticky like this, I always keep some flour on hand, and I just kind of flour up. I use a flour to get all of that off. And to pair with this today, I have a ginger garlic butter with cilantro in it. So when I was trying to think about how to do this, I thought Rob would be great because he pulls this thing around, and he does some beautiful looking pies, man. So it's just a trailer right now.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade to a new food truck in May, and that's gonna be built by Custom Concessions here in Newcastle.
Okay.
And then
shout out.
Maybe next year we'll open a restaurant. Nice.
So what are some of the pies you guys feature over there? You guys have some of the traditional pies.
Yeah, you got your margarita, pepperoni, old favorites. Sausage, and I always run 2 or 3 specialty pizzas. That changes all the time.
Yeah, what's been your favorite one?
You know what? I might today. Maybe we're gonna make one of them.
Ooh, you guys heard it here first. So you said Neapolitan-ish. Why Neapolitan-ish and not Neapolitan?
I'm probably cooking a little bit lower temperature than Neapolitan would be.
Okay.
And Neapolitan tends to be a little bit wetter. Maybe using Fior di Latte mozzarella. I use more of a drier, low moisture mozzarella.
Okay.
I find that it's more to most people's palate.
And there's also something about the technique that you use. I was talking to Robbie Jester, who was on earlier this season, and he was talking about the way you slap the pizzas around, and it's a very particular and technical way you do it, right?
Sure. Yeah, we can mess around with that too.
Nice.
It's a Neapolitan slap method of opening a pizza.
So I'm just going to keep kneading this. Ideally, you want to knead this for about 5 or 6 more minutes, and when you do, you want to make sure you really tighten it up. You see how I'm tightening it up there? Just to get some really good surface tension. And I always just throw that in a greased bowl. and I'll just put a wet towel right on top of it. And I like to keep it in a warm area. This beautiful oven right here actually has a proof function. So you can just go and set it on proof, and you just put it in there. It'll give it just the right amount of moisture in there, and you have to wait till this doubles in size. When that doubles in size, you want to punch it down, and then you're going to separate it into, I do 70-gram balls because I like a little bit smaller now, but if you want bigger ones, like 85 grams would be perfect. As you can see, I have my scale here. I think this is a really important tool that everybody needs to have. I have a big scale and I have a microgram scale for the yeast, because I feel like with yeast you have to be pretty accurate on that. So I like getting my microgram scale. It may make you look like you're doing some illegal things, but you're not. You're just weighing out yeast.
Pro tips, smoke shops have the best scales.
Pro tip, you heard it here. All right, so luckily enough, you guys don't have to wait 2 hours or an hour and a half. However hot it is, it's gonna, the double in size thing is the most important thing with this, right? Because I can't give you 2 hours or an hour, because depending on how hot your kitchen is, if you're doing it in the middle of the summer and it's a really humid day, it's gonna proof a lot quicker than if it's like a winter cold day. So I can't tell you how long. The best thing I can tell you is to make it double in size. And when it does, you're gonna split that into balls, and you're gonna let those balls sit for another 15 minutes until they start to rise just a little bit. And what you're gonna get, and I already have them done. Oop, I have them pulled out actually. So these were about the size of a golf ball when I first did these, and you can see how they are now. I put them in the fridge to just stop the proofing process a little bit because it was going a little too quickly. And how long can these dough balls sit, you think? Like when you're making pizza dough and you finally get them all portioned out, how long can they sit in the fridge until they're not good anymore?
Maybe 3-4 days.
3-4 days. So these can sit in your fridge for three or 4 days, and then you can roll them out. Rob, I think we're done in here.
All right, visit my kitchen.
Let's go. We're just gonna follow him. I'm gonna bring this butter along. Hold on, I need to get my trusty rolling pin.
Welcome to my world.
This is a pretty nice world. Right here in Wilmington, Delaware, set up. You guys getting a good shot of that? That thing is beautiful. Straight from the ashes of Mount Vesuvius.
This oven was actually built in Maryland by a couple brothers from Naples, Italy.
So I'm gonna start rolling out some of these guys.
Sure.
So they were nice and puffed up. I'm just gonna use my hands a little bit and use our real rolling pin. Just talking to Rob earlier, there's a chef named Mark Iacono, and I probably messed up his name. He has a really popular pizza joint in Brooklyn, and he uses a wine bottle to roll all his pizza doughs out. And honestly, it has a really good weight to it. And you're gonna do something similar to what we talked about by throwing it in a clay oven. So when they usually do it in a tandoori oven, what they do is they roll it out and they take it and they smack it. It's usually underneath in the ground. And they take this dough and they smack it underneath and it cooks in the clay pot. So I will set up right there. And what we're looking for is just a couple of bubbles on there. All right, we'll bring the camera over here. You guys can see there's some bubbles starting to form. That's what you're looking for. And how hot is this oven, Rob?
Right now we're sitting at about 850.
850 degrees.
Let's check what's going on underneath. I'm gonna flip it. Is that what you want?
Yes, sir. Let's flip that guy. Oh, yeah. You can tell that has a nice brown color on it. And as soon as that comes out, we're just going to brush it with this garlic cilantro butter.
All right, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, so you can pull it out right now. You guys are going to see this color. Look at that, nice toasty. Look at that. And then we do have a special one that I made just for this. So you said we might have to flour this one though, right?
Yeah, you know, I might put a little flour on the bottom of that one for sure.
So I took a couple of the naan and I took 2 of them, I rolled them out thin, and I actually filled it with cheese and some chopped up cherry peppers, just because we had them laying around in the studio. And we wanted to have a little fun. I wanted to show you guys how versatile this dough can be. We use for pockets, almost like Ivan's empanadas from last season.
Put that right on there.
All right. While that's cooking, you want to try this, Rob?
Sure.
You're going to see how beautiful and fluffy that is.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we nailed that. You guys want to try it? You want me to feed you guys? Yeah, I got you. Here you go. Well, it comes in.
That's banging.
It's delicious. It's super fluffy. Oh. Gotta share the wealth. Now, Rob, I think we talked about making some pizzas.
Sure, sure. Do you want me to flip this one?
Yes.
Think it'll break up?
It's almost like an Indian calzone
Right.
situation.
Now, what was inside this one?
I had just some cheddar cheese and cherry peppers that I just had hanging out. You can do paneer if you had it, the Indian cheese, mozzarella. You can even make this a pizza pocket if you want. Oh, baby. That guy right there. Once again, finish it with our ginger garlic cilantro butter. Again, this is just butter melted with ginger garlic and just a handful of cilantro. If you guys want to throw some flaky salt on there, that'd be great. So now moving on to the pizza portion of the afternoon. If you guys don't have a pizza oven, by the way, you guys can totally make the naan in a pan with just a little bit of butter, just a little bit of oil. It works the same way. But Rob, with all of these new at-home pizza oven situations, Rockbox, Oni, Ghazni, a lot more people are going to be making pizzas at home now.
Yep.
So I think it'd be great if I was ever interested to show me how to make a great pizza.
Sure. Let's open a dough ball. So we got one out for you.
Okay. Just a little sprinkle of flour.
Into the flour. Kind of want to coat it on both sides. It gets sticky.
Okay.
All right, this guy's for you. Actually, yeah, let's take that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna press it out, leave a little bit of an edge. All right, now you're gonna flip it. Do the same thing again. We're gonna flip it again into the flour. All right. So once you got this kind of shape, Maybe press it a little bit more here.
All right. I'm trying.
All right, so now we don't want to use the flour as much. And get that out of here.
Okay.
Because the flour burning on the bottom of the pizza will make it bitter.
Gotcha.
So you want to give it a little stretch. Now this is kind of hard to teach.
Okay.
All right. And I am rotating it.
So.
You know what? I'm going to make a mark just so you see
Okay.
that I'm rotating it a little bit.
So like 45 degrees every time, or like a little less than that looks like.
Or then you can do it fast.
All right, I can't go that fast. This guy over here trying to.
And you know what? It's okay if you don't want to do it that way. The other way is you can kind of let gravity help you out a little bit. It's probably the most common way you'll see in most pizza spots.
Looks so perfect. And so what are some of the common mistakes people do? So you over-flouring, leaving flour on the bottom, getting it burnt.
Well, if you don't have anything on the bottom, it's probably going to stick to the table.
Okay.
If you put too much on the bottom, it's going to burn to the bottom, and then you're going to taste the bitterness when you eat it.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's maybe make a margarita.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
We'll do that one over here.
All right.
So we got.
So for your tomato sauce, are you just like a crushed tomato, salt, pepper type of guy?
Yeah, so this is just crushed tomatoes and salt, and that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, the guy who at Pizzana does the same thing. He said it's all about the tomatoes.
Yep, and that's actually a mix of two different kinds that I like. So now I'm going to add the basil, about a 1.5. Then we're going to go with the mozzarella.
Now this is where I think a lot of people kind of mess up on pizza, is like the quality of the ingredients. That's what Nick and I were talking about, that you're gonna have a great pizza crust, but if you don't have a good quality cheese, it'll be too greasy. A lot of the feathered stuff has like the anti-caking agents on them. So you just use fresh mozzarella that you've cubed up.
Yes, I don't like to use shredded mozzarella. Some people do. The thing about pizza is whatever you like.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do one of those.
Okay.
And finish with some Parmesan.
All right.
All right, so I'll put this one in.
I definitely want to try this.
And then the next one is you. So
A lot of pressure.
this is a kind of peel where a lot of places, they build them onto the wooden peel.
Okay.
Me, I just like to scoop it on there. And then we're going to...
You got to get the crane pose.
Now this is my signature move. Let's add a little more mozzarella. All right, let's go into the oven.
You said this takes like 60 to 90 seconds. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you know, we shoot for about 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
I don't really want to go too fast, and you get kind of in strict Neapolitan territory, and I don't want it to take too long either. So you see how we start to get color on one side? I'm going to check underneath of it. It's cooking all right. So now I'm going to grab it, turn it, and then put it in the exact same spot we had it in before. If you move it off of that spot right now, it'll probably burn on the bottom because the floor is very hot and it's cooled down a little in that spot.
Man, that is... And the closer you get to the fire, the hotter it is, right?
Yeah, the hot spots are all the way in the back and closer to the fire.
That is pretty. All those little blisters, huh?
And maybe we'll finish it with a little olive oil.
Beautiful. All right, so what do you want me to put on this one?
All right. So we're gonna make the truffle shuffle pizza.
Truffle shuffle. You guys know truffle shuffle. I'm not gonna do it. It would scare people. I would totally do it.
You get a free pizza if you actually do the truffle shuffle.
Do you really? I don't know if you want to advertise that, man.
All right, so we're gonna do now. So we're gonna put a little of this truffle mushroom cream that we made.
Fancy. All right.
We're gonna throw a little basil, a little mozzarella,
I'm a big mushroom fan, truffle fan. Anytime it's funky, for me, it's the funkier the better.
All right, so now put a little mushrooms. A little bacon.
Oh,
You know what?
man after my own heart. Bacon, mushroom, truffle.
Parmesan.
Oh, baby. Okay,
Would you like to try putting this one in the
let's
oven?
do it.
All right.
A lot of pressure. It's only one shot, one opportunity. I'm gonna do this. And my palms are definitely
All right.
sweaty right now.
Important is don't raise the front because you'll smash the pizza. You got to keep the front down and try to go all the way through. Aim to stop like right there.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Got it on the first try.
All right, so when we put this pizza in the oven, you ever see a magician where they pull a tablecloth
Yes.
out from
And it's quick.
and everything stays? That's what you got to do. Don't shimmy it. Just go all at once.
So go in, just like I'm shaking this out, just one motion.
Yep.
Same spot you had it before.
Yep.
Oh, I pulled it a little too much, I think.
It looks good to me.
He said it looks good. He said it looks good. How often do you have to feed this thing? If you're doing one event,
Right? It
and
depends.
that's from like 5 to, let's say it's 5 to 8.
Right.
How often are you feeding this thing?
Depends how hot it already is. You know, some days I don't really need to do much, and some days, like, there's so many factors. Is the wood wet? Is the wood piece is big, small? How's the weather outside? Is it cold? Is it?
You have to let these kind of dry out for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So do I have to
So we're gonna use this peel
that
now.
one? So what's the difference? This one, okay.
So do you see how it's starting to color
Color
on that
on one
side?
side.
Let's take a look underneath of it.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna go. We're gonna grab it, pull it out, do a little turn, and you're gonna put it back exactly where it was.
Wow. That really does cook up way quicker than you would expect.
Yep. I want to make sure it's nice on all the sides.
So have you messed around with those like home ones at all? Like the Ghazni or anything like that?
Not too much, but I've seen a lot of people do some real nice things out of it.
That's not an actual wood fire oven, right? Isn't it?
No, they're
like the
gas.
gas.
Or gas or propane, I'm not sure.
So a lot of people say the blisters are the good. It's a good thing.
I love them.
Why is it so sought after, those blisters?
It's just really a sign of good fermentation and good high heat. You can't get blisters unless it's really pretty hot.
Awesome. Look at that, guys. Get that shot. Get that. That's the money shot. That is the money shot. All the beautiful color, all the blisters.
Can you hold this?
All right. Now it's my turn. Oh boy. Right here.
Yep. Perfect.
And then are you finishing that off with olive oil as well?
Yep, we're gonna finish off with a little olive oil. And then we can cut it up and try it. Give it a shot.
Yeah,
if
let's
you want.
try. I'm a sucker for a good margarita.
Oh, you want to do the margarita
Let's
first?
do the margarita first. You got to go classic. You got to go. You got to try the classic.
All right.
All right. Let me grab a slice. I want you guys to see all parts of this pizza when I pull it apart. All right. You can see the front. The most important part is the undercarriage of it. You guys see that? I can almost see the light through the dough.
Yep.
And I'm a folder. Are you
Yeah.
a folder?
Yeah, I'm a folder.
I'm a folder. I like to fold my pizza. That can't go wrong. It's a classic margarita pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's one of your favorite specialty pizzas that you've done?
This one is one, and the other one that we have that's really popular is it's a white pizza with hot sopressata, which is a type of Italian salami, and we finish it with hot honey.
Ooh,
Hot honey has gotten to be very popular lately.
it's huge. It's like on pepperoni pizzas, I see
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
So now we gotta try the truffle shuffle one.
sure.
Oh, keep eating.
This one I like a little bit better. It's cooked a little bit nicer than that margarita.
All right, one more time. We're gonna do this. I can see that. See the underneath of it. Man, I love that smell. Yeah,
Hot.
that's good. That's good, Rob. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for indulging me and letting me do my naan in there. Thank you for showing us your great pizza. We're gonna have right here where he's gonna be at in the upcoming weeks. Rob, thanks so much for coming on. If people want to find you, where can they find you on Instagram, social media?
Facebook.com/Bristow Live Fire
Okay.
or Instagram Bristow Live Fire.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys get a chance to make this now.